everybody. Our group is the Comm Week and Trust Brands group. I'm Stephanie.
I'm Julia.
I'm Jessica.
I'm Casey.
Okay. So I'm going to start us off with Trust Brands. So that is an organization that began in 2013 as a partnership between the Values Institute and Cal State Fullerton. So the reason that they started this partnership was so that the communications department could partner with businesses in Orange County, and they would be able to do research for the businesses, and the students would be the ones doing the research. Unfortunately, that never really happened. The only thing that they ended up doing was sponsoring the Trust Summit every year. So one of our weaknesses that happened to be our core problem, was that there's really no one that knows about the Trust Brands organization on the Cal State Fullerton campus. So it has no visibility within the students in the campus, and it has no visibility in the community as a whole. So that was also an opportunity for us, because we were able to rebrand the organization to really promote that it's a unique organization that Cal State Fullerton has. So our goal was to create a strategy for the center, as the first university-based center for brand values, communication, and research. Our strategy to do that was to fully rebrand the university center as Full Trust, and we're going to do that with the tactics of the mission statement, the vision, the values, a new logo, a seal of approval to give out to other organizations, and research that students are going to be able to do for the program. So this is our new logo and name, Full Trust, the Center for Brand Values and Research. Our mission statement is providing brand values and trust-based research to businesses. Our vision is to build a long-lasting connection with brands by providing research-based and strategic approaches to communications. And our values is we believe in a research-based and strategic approach to gaining audience trust through relationships, customer experience, customer satisfaction, and pricing. So this was our seal of approval. There were two options that we're giving to the Dean of the College of Communications to choose from. And each one of the symbols stands for one of our research objectives. So the first one is the light bulb, and that actually stands for experience. So customer experience. It's our teams are going to research the full buying cycle for different businesses, and give it like a rating and any kind of from the research any. I'm losing my words. I know, I can't remember the word that I'm thinking of. Like what they should do next to have a better buying cycle for their customers. Our next one is the pricing. So it's our cost compared to value, and it's the students are going to do research on the different businesses' products or services and find out what that value is. The third is the star. That's satisfaction. And that's just to measure the customer satisfaction and then do some research to see how they can do better with their customer satisfaction. Or if they're doing good already, then they probably got the seal. And then finally, the person, the little icon of a person, is relationships. And it's to provide research for companies that want to build a strong relationship between their customers and their business. And so those are those same things, just written again. And so our next tactic is to implement curriculum within the Cal State Fullerton Communications Department. So that would start with the CICE program, the Center for Internships. So students would have the opportunity to be an account executive as their internship. And they would get assigned one of the companies in Orange County that we wanted to partner with and do the research for them for whatever project they want us to help them with. And that account executive is actually going to work directly with the Comm 410 program. It's the course that we already have that's communications research. So they would work with the students, and the students in that course would actually be the ones doing the research as a part of their curriculum. So our next steps are going to be to get the College of Communications approval. With the new dean, we're hoping that he'll get on board with this and we'll actually get this program up and running. We definitely need to locate and partner with different brands in the community that want to do this. And the perfect place to do that is going to be at the Trust Summit that's in June this year. And then develop an effective brand consulting system. So that's implementing the actual curriculum. Okay, so I'm going to hand it off to Julia to tell you about our next project.
Thank you, Stephanie. So we're going to be transitioning. Now that you've heard about Full Trust, our other half of our project was helping with Comm Week. So for those of you who may not know, Comm Week is an event, a week-long event for Comm students from radio, TV, film, from PR, advertising to get together and hear from professionals about what they should be doing, what they can be doing in their major, and most importantly, networking. So our situational analysis for this event, we had great strengths. It was our 38th annual, so the 38th annual Comm Week, so it's already been around. It encompasses all majors, and it also gets you to establish connections with professionals in your field. Some weaknesses is that it's not very well known between all the communication majors. Not a lot of people attend, and they don't really know the benefits of what they could be getting from the events. Some opportunities, again, it gives great career exploration. You get to meet a lot of awesome people in the field already. And a huge one for us is that we want to get community colleges and the surrounding Fullerton areas involved because it's going to bring more people and just give it a bigger face, I guess. And then threats. The biggest one this year, as you may or may not know, was there was a strike on campus with some of our professors. So that was the biggest threat that we had, but it went smoothly and we got past that. And also just conflicting student schedules, whether it be a lot of people have full-time jobs or even just other clubs on campus having events at the same time we were. So our core problem and opportunity, again, like I said, was the teacher strike. It was going on, it was like, oh, it's gonna happen, oh, it's not gonna happen. So we were just trying to prepare the best we could for either outcome. And then again, a core problem is that a lot of students aren't aware that it's an event. Opportunity it was to educate students and get them involved and excited about the event. And then overall, again, just to make sure that we were prepared for anything that could have happened. So instead of it being a week long, it actually turned into a 2-day event. So some goals and objectives. We just wanted to promote on social media, since our demographic is college students, we wanted to promote on social media and get an outreach and get them involved. And then, like I said, community college outreach, we actually set tons of professors at surrounding community colleges emails, sent them out, and was trying to get them to bring their class or give incentive for the students to bring them. Some strategies, social media, we had 2 strategies. So social media, successfully reach our intended target market to get them excited and involved. And then again, prospective student outreach was to get the students in community colleges to understand that, hey, Fullerton is a great school to go to, we have a great program, and then just get them involved and see where their major could lead them. And next, Jessica's going to be talking about our tactics for Comm Week.
Thank you. Alrighty, so like Julia said, one of our main strategies was to use social media. So one of our tactics was the contest. We wanted students to get included into all of our social media posts so that they can post for us as well. So one of them was the Gram the Conversation. So during Comm Week, we wanted people to take pictures of their favorite events and post them on their social media and use the hashtag CWGram. And whoever had the most likes at the end of the day got an award at the end of the events of Comm Week. And then also tag your friends on, say, Instagram. You can tag a bunch of people to like one of our posts. It gets more promotion to other students on campus. Engaging posts, we didn't want to keep it just solely on events. We wanted to engage other students. So for one example was during Coachella weekend, we had a Coachella speaker going to Comm Week, or a writer. And so we just got a picture of Coachella and posted it to engage students that way. Updates and announcements, like Julia said, one of the biggest announcements was the whole teacher strike and the dates for Comm Week. So once we knew that, we wanted to go ahead and post it on our social media pages so that everyone knew when Comm Week was going to happen. Our urban campus tabling event was great. The task force at the Fullerton campus let us have our sole tabling event here on campus during our Thursday class. We had a lot of people come and play Connect 4 and let people know what Comm was all about because not a lot of people knew what it was. Organization of accounts. That was kind of one of our struggles. So for example, our Facebook account had 2 different accounts, one for task force and one for actual Comm Week. So students got confused on which they should follow and where we were going to post our information on. Countdown to Comm Week, was pretty much one of our babies. It was one of our greatest ideas. Just to start off like a week or 2 before Comm Week actually happened, to let people know when it was going to happen, who was going to be there, what they could expect. Calendar of events, speaker promotions. Like I said, for the Comm Week countdown, speaker promotion, we wanted people to know who was going to Comm Week. Event courage. Kickoff. The kickoff event on Fullerton was probably one of our biggest successes. We got a lot of people to follow our social media pages by offering free prizes and free pizza. I'll go into depth with that later. Community college professors outreach. Like Julia said, we got a lot of emails from different community college professors around even Riverside, Chaffey College, Citrus, the OC area, so that they could go ahead and email that to their students so that they could have their students come to Cal State Fullerton. And we also did a mock release of a press release for the task force because that was one of their requests. Tools. We did a lot of tools to make a lot of our social media pages. Our Hootsuite was what we posted on to make it go to all of our Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. We did a lot of Photoshop. We used Canva and MailChimp to do our email blast to all the community college professors. This is a calendar and timeline of important events. In February, we initially started communicating with the task force on February 10th. The next week, that was when we started actually scheduling social media posts, and we came up with the idea of the email for all the professors. And then in March, the big one was we began the social media promotions, and then that's when we knew Comm Week's dates. And then in April, like you guys know, Comm Week was actually on April 20th and April 21st. Our kickoff event, that was a great event. Like I said, all the students that came to the kickoff event had to either sign up on our Instagram events. We basically forced them to do it so that we can get more followers, and then we gave them free pizza because which student doesn't like free pizza, right? And we also had Power 106 come, and like I said, the pizza. And then actual Comm Week events, we actually helped out the task force a lot with just directing students to all the events. We took pictures of the speakers, and we posted it like an hour or 2 before the actual event happened so that we can remind students to go ahead and come in. Next, Casey's going to go ahead and go over our measurements of actual Comm Week.
Thank you, Jessica. Hi. So, in terms of measurements, the main thing that we were given as a task is we want to increase social media followers. So what we did was we analyzed just the amount of followers we had beforehand, and then how many we ended up obtaining. And then so we also measured the effectiveness of the email campaign that we sent to community college professors, and then we also measured the engagement that students had with their social media posts. Okay, so the results of our social media promotions are pretty good. We got a 61% increase in followers for Instagram. A lot of those came from our kickoff event and then just from general promotion, which is getting people to like our page. Twitter had a 15% increase and Facebook had a 41% increase in followers. And another, like I said, another thing we measured was just the overall engagement of students. Overall, students, that was one of our biggest struggles, that students just weren't very engaged with our posts. We got a lot of likes. There was an average of 25.5 likes on Instagram itself. Our top post got 56 likes. But overall, in terms of comments and just interacting with our contests, there wasn't a lot of engagement with students. We only got a few submissions for our Graham the Conversation contests, and then not too many for our tag your friends either. And then so in terms of the community college email blast, we measured just kind of the interactivity that professors had with the email blast. We did this using MailChimp's analytics. The biggest thing that we wanted to do with this email blast was ensure that professors sent it to their students. So we didn't only just want to look at open rate, we wanted to make sure that those professors that we sent the emails to were opening the message a lot. because they'd be forwarding it to their students, and they would hopefully open it and just learn more about Comm. We did have a lot of success with that. Our open rate was 22.9%, and 7 recipients opened the email more than 5 times, and those were all from different community colleges. The professor that we sent from Chaffey Community College, they opened email I think 96 times, which really shows that they were forwarding it to their students, and they got a lot of opens. Okay, and so some of the accomplishments that we had was that we were able to implement a social media strategy that can be reproduced in coming years. We did have a very consistent posting schedule, and we were able to make sure that all information was presented to students in a timely manner. And we also gained a lot of followers with social media accounts. We created some awareness for community colleges. Unfortunately, one of the measurements that we tried to do was we had a email sign-up sheets at Comm itself, and part of that sign-up sheet had them say which college that they were from. Unfortunately, most of the ones that we got were from Cal State Fullerton, so we weren't really able to get a proper measurement of the amount of community college students that were there. We did have one person actually tag us in a Twitter post about us reaching out to Comm students. Okay, so in conclusion, some recommendations that we have. We just recommend, in terms of the task force and for future Practical Advantage classes, to just have a clear communication between the entire task force and Practical Advantage. What we noticed is, especially at Comm, not all of the task force really knew the campaigns that we were doing, especially the email sign-up sheet. Not really anyone knew what we were doing with that. So we just need to be sure, especially for next year, that Practical Advantage is sending out emails to all task force so that they're aware of what's going on. And another thing is we just need to set clear goals between the teams. For example, we were asked to create a press release, but we were never really told where that went, and it just kind of got lost in the fray. So we need to make sure that we have clear goals of what we're doing with all of the goals that we're given. We also feel that we could have utilized a lot more traditional marketing efforts just to get more people to follow our page, to be more involved in our contests. I think that would have definitely driven the engagement a lot more, because person to person, it's a lot easier to get students engaged than through internet and social media. Yeah, that kind of pertains to drive further student engagement. It's not so much that we need followers, it's so much that we need to make sure that students are being engaged with Comm and learning all the benefits that Comm has, and just kind of interacting with the task force. And then also drive further engagement on the Irvine campus. We noticed when we did our tabling event here, there wasn't a lot of interaction. Most people were just kind of here to go to their class and then go. So we weren't able to interact with too many students. So the Irvine campus tabling event didn't go as well as it should. All right, and then that's it.